Welcome everyone to Classy Tech Calibrations. Today we're going to be looking at the Samsung Q80B. The 80 series from Samsung is one of their highest selling, more premium TVs, but it also is still a little bit more towards mid-range. So we're going to be covering this in the next few videos. This is going to be the initial setup, impressions, unboxing, things like that, and then I will have this followed up with a settings video as well as a final review. So if you aren't subscribed, subscribe, and then you can check those out as they come out in the next week or so. At the end of this video, we will also be taking a look at how it generally looks and getting a baseline for impressions before digging into the review. But let's start with the unboxing. So it comes in a pretty well-packed, plain brown box. You got your remote, cables, and such on top. The stand is towards the bottom of the box, which is nice so that when you lift it up, the box doesn't fall over. And then here's all the stuff that comes with it. The stand is fairly simple to attach. There's 8 screws. You attach the part that connects to the TV to the base with 4, and then you connect the whole thing to the TV with the other 4. I don't think many people have issue with the stand. It's a central base. It's not very premium looking or feeling, but it is quite sturdy. Not really any wobble or issues. Here's the back of the TV. There are the 4 VESA holes, and then you can see where there's cable routing slots. Your connections, if you're looking at the front of the TV, will be on the right side, but if you're looking at the back, it's the left, aside from the power cable, which is on the opposite side. So you do get 4 HDMI ports, and all of them are HDMI 2.1, full bandwidth, 48 gigabits per second. And then when you're routing your cables and you go down to the stand, the back part that connects the base does pop off, and you can route all the cables through there for a cleaner look from the front. The included remote is not the thin one with the solar panel on the back that comes with the higher tier models. It's the more basic Samsung remote, but it's still fine. 2 AA batteries and you're good to go. However, as with other higher end Samsung TVs, it does not have a dedicated settings or input button. That is something that still is annoying, but you can get around it. So let's get to the startup process. You can either start this with a smartphone or with the remote. I generally like to use the remote. However, if you choose smartphone, it'll give you a QR code you can scan and do it that way. As you saw when I first got to this, I did have to pair the remote to the TV, but that was a quick and simple process. So for the start of this video, I'm going to not connect it online, which is what I would recommend for anyone buying any Samsung TV, is to just set it up as a non-smart TV without an internet connection. That way you can control what firmware updates you do and don't get. That will be covered more in depth in the review, but if you were to connect to Wi-Fi, here's the menu for that. However, from this screen, if you want to skip setting up online, you just go up to the top right where it says skip. It brings up this menu, and then you can skip the internet connection and set it up as a non-smart TV. Doing so, you still are able to use the adaptive picture and sound and whatnot intelligent mode that Samsung calls it. So I went ahead and enabled that, as I think a lot of people probably will at that screen, so we can see what it does, and then I can disable it and go back to using it normally how I would. And also, by the end of this, I will connect it online and show how the Tizen system looks when you are connected and you are using the apps. But without it being connected online, this is how it is, very basic. There's nothing really in the media menu page here. You do have to go down to where it says menu and go over to connected devices in order to go to the things that you have connected through HDMI or whatever. So you can see where it says external device, that is my home theater receiver, and that actually calls it home theater, so that's fine. So by enabling the adaptive mode during the setup, it's not just going to put the TV into the intelligent mode for the picture and sound, it's also going to read the devices that you have connected to it and change settings on them. So this is something that I definitely would not recommend using that setting, because I will show you what it does to my Apple TV. However, I think a lot of people probably will just turn that on by default. Like I said earlier, if you watch this, I would suggest turning it off. You can see here that if you do hit the home button after selecting your connected devices, it will add it there under recent. One of the first things you can see though is the Netflix menu screen is in HDR10, and it shouldn't be. it should be in SDR, so that's the first sign of our issues. So if I go down to settings on my Apple TV, you can see all these settings are wrong. It should be in the 4K SDR, and then enabling the match content and the HDMI output should be in RGB high. So pretty much everything it did to the Apple TV was not good. It was going to force HDR10 on everything that was SDR. And again, that was from using that intelligent mode at the beginning. And you can see here it's an intelligent mode for the picture setting. I'll scroll through here real quick on this bottom bar. You can see some of the options that are available in this menu. There's a lot of what I would call filler here, stuff you don't really need. A lot of stuff is grayed out. However, if you want to go to all the settings, you go here to all settings. You can see when intelligent mode is on, you can't even change the picture mode. Pretty much everything gets grayed out. And if we go down to the general and privacy, that's where you will find the eco or power saving options. They are all grayed out as well. So it's pretty much just managing everything by itself, and it will use light sensor to adjust the brightness, and the picture quality is just constantly adjusting. So if that's what you like, or the average consumer will probably, like I said, have that on, but I would recommend having that turned off. Before I turn it off, I will show you a short demo of how it looks using this bright HDR10 demo. And so for most people, they will be happy with how that looks. So now let's connect to the internet and see how the Tizen system looks when you are connected and you do have access to all the apps. So going into the apps menu, you can see how they show each app that's available with a little box kind of showcasing what that app can have. Or if you go down a little bit further, you can just see the straight apps here. After you've downloaded the apps that you want, if you go back to the home screen, you'll see them all lined up right here. And then below your apps are the recommendations that Tizen will just find and give to you. Now if you go to the left and go down to the controller, this is the new game system that they added to Samsung TVs a few months ago, where you can pair a Bluetooth controller and then cloud stream from GeForce Now, Amazon Luna, or Xbox straight to the TV. And if we go up to the ambient mode, you can see Samsung is really into NFTs now. So there's art on here. Some of it's free, some of it you can buy. I'm not into the whole NFT thing, so not my cup of tea. If you go up to the top, you can search from here. And then if we go all the way down to menu, that's again where you can get to the settings again, your connected devices, do the multi-view, and then see everything that's connected physically to the TV from here. And that's pretty much going to cover everything that you need to get started with using your Samsung Q80B. Like I said previously, subscribe, and in the next few days, maybe a week, I will have a settings video to show you the best settings for not just movie and TV content, but also on the Xbox and the PlayStation. And then I will have a final review video talking about the firmware update issues, the picture quality, how the TV measures, and all of that. So keep an eye out for those, and I hope to see you then. Here's just a little demonstration of gaming on it, and then I'm going to head out. So thank you all for watching. I hope this helps, and I will catch you in the next one.